Alright guys, what's happening? Welcome back to another video. And today we got our NFL recap of week 6. Sorry it's been a minute since I posted, school picking up again. But we're back. It is Thursday. I know the Eagles and the Giants play tonight. Hopefully I can get this uploaded before they play, because that wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. I also wanted to make a World Series predictions video and then couldn't get that out either. Just been really busy. But we're gonna go over just the week 6 games. So yeah, let's get into this. We got Chiefs and Bills. Chiefs won this game. Josh Allen didn't look good. It was weird. I did watch this game. Was this Monday night? I want to say this was. Yeah, there were two Monday nights. This one was at the earlier one, and then we had the Cowboys and Cardinals. Yeah, the Bills offense struggled in this one. The Chiefs basically did whatever they want. I know the score looks a little close, but it really wasn't. The Chiefs were running the ball like crazy. Like they just ran the ball all over the Bills. The Bills could not stop the run, and that you kind of see that's kind of a common problem without all the Bills games. As a Bills fan, I don't think you should be concerned. I still think they have the division, but Josh Allen did not play well. He was a little inaccurate early on. He did run the ball quite a bit, though, but the Chiefs' run game was just destroying them all game. And yeah, that's pretty much it. They won 26-17. Clyde Edwards-Helaire rushed for 161 yards. Curious to see what happens next week once Le'Veon comes into the roster. He is cleared to play for week 7, so I don't know how you bench Clyde Edwards-Helaire, though. Dude is second in the league in rushing yards right now, behind Derrick Henry. And let's be honest, no one's going to be ahead of Derrick Henry. And if you have a rookie who's right behind Derrick Henry, and you sign another guy to replace him, like, I don't know. That move honestly didn't make a lot of sense to me. A lot of people were, like, super high, like, this is a crazy good move. But, like, the Chiefs' run game has already been amazing. But anyways, let's get into this. We got Cardinals and Cowboys. I watched maybe the first half of this. This game got ugly real quick. Uh, Kyler Murray was pretty dominant. Andy Dalton was not. Zeke fumbled like twice in the first half. It was really disturbing, man. This Cowboys offense was trash. It was so bad. So bad. And their defense was also bad. They could not stop Kyler Murray. We saw him running, passing. Kenyon Drake had 164 yards and 2 touchdowns. Are you kidding me? Kenyon Drake isn't anything like crazy, but if you allow that, like, this Cowboys defense is real ugly. And probably one of the worst in the league. Sorry out there for Cowboys fans, just the ugly truth. Bears and Panthers. Also watch this one. You guys know I'm a Bears fan. Bears win. The game got kind of ugly for the Bears offensively. The offense wasn't really clicking a whole lot. Let's be honest, the Bears defense carried them. Teddy Bridgewater threw 2 picks, I want to say. Ton of turnovers. Bears defense just clamped up. That's how it would be. Nick Foles wasn't too impressive. David Montgomery. The offense was weird. It was a weird game, but nonetheless, the Bears win. The Bears are 5-1. Okay, they are ahead of the Packers in the division. Bears are 5-1. The Packers are 4-1. The Bears are up top right now. People need to stop disrespecting the Bears. I believe the spread was like Bears plus 7.5. Like, why is the spread predicting the Bears to lose? Whatever, man. I could talk about this all day. I'm not going to. Ravens and Eagles. I didn't watch this one. Kind of crazy though. I from early on, I remember just checking up on like fantasy, and I think Carson Wentz had negative points at the half. I was like, what the heck? This dude has fumbled, thrown a pick. And then they just kind of came back in the second half. You see in the fourth quarter, they dropped 22 points. Like, what the heck? Carson Wentz looks like he kind of took off towards the end. Wasn't enough to beat the Ravens, though. Lamar Jackson got it done on the ground. We see 108 rushing yards for a touchdown. I mean, it's the Lamar Jackson show. We also see Yannick Ngakoue get traded to the Ravens. That just happened today for a third-round pick from the Vikings. And then we also saw that the Ravens have signed Dez Bryant. Antonio Brown is working out the Seahawks. A lot of weird moves going on right now. Eagles can't win. They play tonight. We'll see if they can beat the Giants. I have them winning by like 10 to 14 points, I think. So we'll see if the Eagles can get a dub. The Ravens are still dominant. But these 22 points right here are pretty concerning. Falcons and Vikings. Looks like the Falcons stepped up. But not really, because they still allowed 23 points. Shutting out the Vikings at the half is quite nice for the Falcons, especially for a defense that's struggled so far, and against an offense that's pretty solid. We see that they weren't able to run the ball at all without Dalvin Cook, which was huge for the Falcons. Just Kirk Cousins threw for 343 yards and 3 touchdowns, but it's not good enough against 371 yards and 4 touchdowns for Matt Ryan. Julio Jones and Justin Jefferson both went off, but also kind of weird that the Falcons scored 10 every single quarter. But yeah, Falcons finally get their first dub. Vikings moved to 1-5. The Vikings are very inconsistent, and that defense is very bad. Just curious to see what happens. Both teams not playing well. Browns and Steelers. I saw clips of it. That game got ugly. Baker got benched. He was trash. A lot of people thought this game was going to be close. And I was like, what? Are you kidding me? Guys, the Browns are still bad. And against the Steelers team, I think the Browns are still bad. Baker's not a good quarterback. The dude's got more commercials than completions made this year. Baker's so bad. He's not a good quarterback. He's a game manager. He can't throw the ball. All they do every time they've won is because they relied on Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, and now Nick Chubb's out, and Kareem Hunt couldn't really get it done because it's the Steelers' defense, and you don't do that against the Steelers' defense. Big Ben didn't really have to do a whole lot. The defense carried. I think there were a couple defensive touchdowns. They were able to run the ball quite nicely, as we see Connor hitting 100 yards and a touchdown. So, I don't know. I don't think this Browns team is the real deal, and I don't think they will be battling for a playoff spot. Titans and Texans. This game got close. I was rooting for the Texans. Couldn't get it done. Backup tight end Fersker kind of went off for the Titans. I believe Jonnu Smith went down with an injury. Titans hit, I want to say it was a field goal that tied it up to go into OT, and then they got the ball and Derrick Henry did his thing. Had a 97-yard touchdown, 212 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. It's just stupid. But the Texans are terrible against the run and not great against the pass either. That's a really struggling defense for the Texans right now. Impressive offensive performance though. I'm glad they're able to stick with the Titans. You see an undefeated team, then you see a team that's 1-5, and you wonder why it's so close. I still think the Texans are a good team. They just had a really unfortunate schedule, and who knows? They can go on a hot streak and win a whole bunch of games. We'll have to wait and see. They might not make the playoffs, but this is a team that might have a really nice bounce back next year. We got football team and Giants. Who cares? Some of the 2 worst teams in the NFL. I don't know who cared about this game. Looks like Daniel Jones didn't do anything. Kyle Allen looks like he had a nice game, but who cares? Giants win by 1. I didn't watch any of it. Maybe it was a closer game. Maybe there was a game-winning touchdown or something. I don't really know. Who cares? Anyways, Broncos and Patriots. Cam Newton bouncing back from COVID. Gets clamped by the Broncos defense. He did have a rushing touchdown that saved his fantasy score, but the Broncos have Cam Newton's number all day. A little unfortunate for the Patriots losing to the Broncos. That moves them to 2-3. and the Dolphins are 3-3. So weird. I still think the Bills have the division, but Patriots offense struggling right now. They need weapons. I don't know what they're gonna do, but they need something offensively for Cam because that offense is not good. Bengals and Colts. Bengals were winning like 21-0 at one point, and then they blew that, and then they're up like 24-21 at the half, and then the Colts came back and won. Sucks for Joe Burrow. He had an awesome game. T. Higgins had a ton of yards. Philip Rivers came back. I was surprised. Philip Rivers is not a good quarterback, but he stepped up and played quite nice. I mean, sorry, Bengals fans, if you're out there, that must have been a tough game to watch. I wanted the Bengals to win that game, but Colts win. They moved to 4-2. Lions and Jags. Lions win a lot by a lot of points. Why did I say a lot? They don't win a lot. They're 2-3, but this is a game that the Lions should have won. They did. Jags lost. They're bad. Not a lot to say. Pretty boring game. Didn't watch any of it. Who really cares? Jets and Dolphins. I watched a little bit and then I realized, wow, the Jets are actually that bad. And I had to stop watching because it was going on as the Packers game was, like right around halftime. What? I mean, how are the Jets this bad? Like this team is actually horrible. If you can't score any points against the Dolphins, like this team is atrocious. Fitzpatrick had a great game. Uh, who cares about the Jets? They can't do anything right. Tua went in at the end of the game through was 2 for 2, and then he's the new starter. So kind of disrespectful to Fitzmagic. He's been balling out. The Dolphins are 3-3. They're better than the Patriots right now. Who saw that coming? And now they bench Fitzmagic. It's tough, but it's also like I understand it. I mean, they spent the number 5 overall pick on Tua, and he hasn't played. I get it. Sucks for Fitzmagic. Hopefully he gets traded. It'd be funny to see him in a Cowboys uniform or I don't know another team that just needs a quarterback. There's a couple teams out there that need one. So here's see what happens there. Packers and Bucks. Ugly, ugly game for Rodgers, but the Packers lose. Thank God. Hey, I'm just saying, as a Bears fan, the Bears did beat the Bucks, and then the Bucks destroyed the Packers. That's all. That's all. The Bears are first in the division. But Aaron Rodgers didn't look great. I think he threw 2 picks. I don't exactly remember. Gronk came back. Gronk looked really good. Had his first touchdown of the year. We got to see that famous Gronk spike. It was fun to watch. Ronald Jones did whatever he wanted against this Green Bay defense because their run defense is second worst in the NFL. If you're looking to start a halfback in fantasy, if they're going against the Packers, start them. The Packers are so bad against the run, it's unbelievable. They made Ronald Jones look good. I don't think Ronald Jones is all that talented. So, there's that. Brady did his thing. Ronald Jones did his thing. It was nice to see Gronk get involved. That was probably the highlight of the game. It's just watching Gronk get some receptions. Rodgers didn't look good, though. It was coming off the bye week. We'll see what happens next week. But, yeah. Rams and 49ers. Everyone's been hyping up the Rams. Like, last year, they were 9-7. The year before, they were in the playoffs, obviously. Everyone's saying the Rams are the real deal. I don't buy it. They lost to the 49ers. I didn't watch this game. I'm surprised I didn't, though. This looked like a good game. Niners come out on top by 8. I don't have a lot to say because I didn't watch this. Looks like Kittle was down. I did watch some of this. What am I saying? I think I watched a little bit of this. Rams lose, though, and they lose to a 49ers team that's missing a lot of key pieces, like Nick Bosa. So, I don't know. They're missing a lot of pieces on defense. It's not just Nick Bosa. They're also missing Sherman. They're also missing another defensive lineman. I can't remember, but Mostert was kind of nasty. He had a couple nasty stiff arms in that game. He was really dominant. I know we only see 17 attempts for 65 yards, but if you watch his highlights, the dude was dominant in that game. But 49ers come on top and beat the Rams. Rams got the Bears next week. Can't wait to see that game. But that's going to do it for me, guys. If you made it this far in the video, thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you're a little bit entertained or got some new info. If you like this kind of content, make sure to like and subscribe. It helps the channel out. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it for me, guys. I'll catch you guys in the next one, and peace.